Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name's Em and welcome to my weekend reading vlog. It's Friday evening. Friday's my day off, and today was kind of just a chill and relax at home day, which I desperately needed. Now my husband and the kids are playing Zelda together, so I have some uninterrupted time. So I just finished a video, so I'm gonna start editing that and probably do like a face mask and some teeth whitening strips and do some reading. And so I think it's just gonna be, I wanna say it's gonna be a cozy weekend. It's gonna be a busy weekend, but hopefully there will be lots of reading in pockets of time this weekend. But yeah. All right, let's talk about the state of my reading. Whoops. Just knocking everything down. It's fine. This is how it goes. Reading is going better now. I was in a dire place last weekend. I was just reading too many things, and they're all chunky, and it was just taking forever to finish anything, and hated it, but we're finally got some momentum. I am almost done with Ninth Reign by Jen Williams. I feel like I've been reading this book. Well, I have been reading this book all month. I started it on like the 2nd or 3rd of August, and it's now the 18th. Oh, God. It should not take me this long to read books. It's never good when it takes me this long to read books. So the goal for this weekend is to finish this sucker. Then I am also reading and listening to A Sinister Revenge by Deanna Raybourn. This is the latest Veronica Speedwell book. I'm having such a fun time with this already. I listened to like this much in one sitting yesterday, and I was just having such a fun time. I don't know. I'm really excited about how this book started off. I think Veronica and Stoker's relationship is really going to grow during this book, and I hope Veronica has some character growth, because I was saying not too long ago to a friend that while I really love this series, I feel like Veronica hasn't really had any character growth this whole time, and I want character growth for her. I want her to be better. I think she's amazing, but she could be better. Oh, I'm excited for the possibilities of this book. And then I'm also reading volume 2 of Cute Mutants. This is Young, Gifted, and Queer by S.J. Whitby. And this is like an X-Men superhero YA. I don't know. Is superhero, is that fall under sci-fi or fantasy? Does anybody know? Because I could make an argument for either one, but I'm just not sure where we categorize superhero, superpower things. If that's fantasy or if that's sci-fi, or if it's both. I don't know. If you know, tell me, because I would love to know. Anyways, I just started this last night. I haven't gotten very far, but I really love S.J. Whitby's writing. I think, I can't remember what Whitby's pronouns are. Oh, okay, I think they are really funny. I think their voice for Dylan, our main character, is just hilarious. So I'm hoping to have a really good time with this. Let's do some cozy Friday night stuff. Also, it was like over 100 degrees for the last like 4 days here, and it is finally like in the 80s, and it is glorious. But I am so tired of being sweaty, and if it could rain, that would be like awesome. Good morning, friends. Happy Saturday. I did it. I finished Ninth Reign. And okay, so this is very much like a quest fantasy, and I would say a pretty slow burn quest fantasy. There's not a lot of action, and I like plot driven books and I like character driven books. It just kind of depends. But if I'm reading a not non-plot driven, if I'm reading a character driven book, I really need to connect with those characters, and I don't feel like I did. So I wasn't real invested in what was going on. I was really intrigued with Fel Noon, the witch, at the beginning, but I don't know. I feel like you didn't really get to know her very well, because not a lot is from her perspective. We get a lot about Vintage, but I never felt like Vintage was really a main character, even though she's in it quite a bit. And then I didn't really care for Tor, so it's kind of rough. I'm gonna keep going because it's a series read along for Steph's Patreon, and then also because I have the whole trilogy on E. Like, it was bundled together and on sale on Kobo in June, I think, or in July, for like $2.99 for $3. So I have all three. So I will keep going. I think I'm going to hold off on buying. Well, then I don't want to fall into the same trap I fell into with this one, where I think part of the reason I didn't connect to the characters is because I was taking so long to read it, because it's taken me all month up to this point, and that's too long. I don't remember if I said it in this video or if I've said it in a previous video, but if I spend more than 2 weeks reading a book, unless it's like a classic where you're meant to go a little bit slower, but if it takes me 2 weeks to read, more than 2 weeks to read a book, that's not good. I usually start to disconnect from what is going on, so not ideal. But I think the writing is good. It's just slower paced than I was expecting. And there's a character who's kind of like vampire-like, and I'm not like really into the whole vampire thing. So I think that might have contributed to why I didn't like his character very much. I think I'm going to give it a 3.5 because I do feel like the writing was good. World building was really interesting. I think the author has a really good handle on this world. I just struggled to connect to the characters, which is more of a me issue than a book issue. Okay, let me rewind. We're following 3 people. We're following Vintage, who is like a noble woman, but also a scholar. And then we're following Fel Noon, who is a witch. And then Tourmaline, who is an Aboran, which is basically like this vampire race of superhumans. And in the past, there was an invasion by this people called the Jurlia, and they tried to take over this world, and the Aborans were the only people who were kind of immune to the weapons that the Jurlia used. But this was years and years and years ago, like so long ago that now, like, the ships that the Jurlia used, which are called behemoths, like their wreckages are strewn across this world, and like scholars study them to try to learn more about the Jurlia, but the Jurlia have been disappeared for a really long time, and the Aborans, there is a disease called the Crimson Flux that is slowly killing them, and so their race has really dwindled down, and then witches in this world who can summon what's called a winnow fire are feared and locked up in the Winnowy, which is basically a prison. And of course, the people that can summon winnow fire are all women. And so, yeah, we're following the 3 of them separately for a while, and then eventually they all come together. But it takes a while. I felt like for a while we were kind of wandering with no real purpose. So that was hard, but I don't know. I think a 3.5 is my rating. But it's I have to work this morning, and so I need to finish eating my breakfast. and get ready for that. And then I will update you when I'm home and I'm reading something. The upside is I get to start a new fantasy book. Very excited for that. You guys, I am so obsessed with these earrings my husband surprised me with. I did send him the link to these on Etsy, but I will link them in the description. I'll link the shop in the description if you are also looking for ghosty earrings for the upcoming spooky season. I am so excited. Oh my gosh. Let me put you down. Okay. Hi. Is that better? I feel like it's a little low. But yeah. just a smidge. Hi. Oh my gosh. Okay. How's your Saturday going? Work was good. I had a full class for my littles, and then only half of them showed up for the next class, which is kind of nice. And like the super high maintenance kids weren't there, so class was actually pretty lovely. But I mean, 3, 4, and 5-year-olds always have way more energy than I am going to have. Let's see. I did go to a coffee shop this morning. I left a little early and I went to one of my local coffee shops, and it was their 10th birthday. And so they were just giving away drinks. And so I had a free coffee this morning, which was wonderful. And I brought Veronica with me, and I got about 30 minutes of reading them there before I went to work. And then I went to the gym and I listened to some of the audiobook at the gym. And then I came home and I've been reading in like fits and starts as I juggle playing Legos with my youngest and talking to my big kids and, just momming it up, I guess. But it is about 4:30. My husband and the kids are playing Zelda. I should start making dinner pretty soon, but we're having a super easy dinner tonight. We're having fish and chips. And I just buy like the there I gotta get off my knees. I buy the battered and breaded frozen fish fillets from the grocery store. It's not the healthiest dinner, but everyone eats it. So yeah. And it's the only way my youngest will eat fish. So I'm just not, you know what? I have a week and a half left of summer vacation. I'm just trying to get through. I'm so tired. But since they are playing Zelda, now I feel like I'm too low. So they're like a happy medium. I guess sitting on my knees is the happy medium. Anyways, I'm going to keep going with Veronica. I'm having such a fun time with this one. I love that Veronica is being pushed out of her element a little bit. Stoker has really drawn a line for what he expects out of her if they are going to be in a romantic relationship together. And Veronica thinks she can just scoot by doing what she always does. And Stoker's like, no, I deserve better. I was like, yes, Stoker, you do deserve better. You make her work for you. So I kind of love that. I kind of love that she's been set back on her heels a little bit. And I'm not as in to the mystery this time around. But I mean, typically with this style of historical mystery, I'm never there for the mystery. I'm there for the relationships. So yeah, I'm just having a good time. It's so fun. I do know which fantasy I'm going to start next. Hold please. I am going to start A Queen in Hiding next. This is by Sarah Kozloff. This is on my self-destructing TBR for August, but also I have the audiobook on Libro from when it was an ALC ages ago, whenever this came out, and I saw Imogen Church narrates it. She narrates the Burning Blade and Silver Eye trilogy, and she is my favorite. I am so excited. So this will be 100% an audiobook situation because I am just so excited. I think this is a fantasy fairy tale retelling, but I'm not sure which fairy tale it is. It's compared to Uprooted by Naomi Novik on the back. But I could be totally wrong. Who knows? I don't know. I know nothing. I'm just here looking for a good time. So, but I'm not going to start this right now. I am going to keep listening to my heart. And yeah, that might be my only update for tonight. My husband and I started watching Good Omens last night. And so I really want to watch more of it tonight. So I don't know how much reading I will do, because I really am trying to spend more time with him and be less of my little hermit self. So we'll see. We'll see what the night has in store. But in the meantime, I should go do dishes and get dinner started. Good morning, friends. Happy Sunday. I finished Sinister Revenge this morning, and as usual, the mystery is fine. Veronica and Stoker have my whole heart. There was a thing with the mystery I didn't love. Like there's a common theme, I would say in all the Veronica books, but like doubly in this one, of how little power and agency women have, and the way the mystery ended up being resolved, I guess more reinforced that than felt like a counter to it, which maybe that was the point, but I didn't love how that all wrapped up. But again, I love the characters. I love that we had some growth from Veronica. I think Deanna Raybourn's going to be writing another Veronica. I think the next one might be the last one. But also, like, if you told me that this was the last Veronica, with the way it wrapped up, I would totally believe it. I think the way this one ended would be a perfect, like, bow on this whole series. Also, the audiobook for this was really good. I haven't listened to Veronica on audio before, and I really enjoyed it. So now, see, the twins are still asleep. He's awake, but is entertaining themselves. And so I'm making some tea. I think I'm going to turn on a study with me or a read with me on YouTube and see if I can make some more progress in the volume 2 of Cute Mutants. But we do have stuff we need to do today. We're going to go to Target to get back to school clothes for the kids, because school starts a week from tomorrow, which we are all very excited for. Like, the kids are really excited to go back to school. I'm really excited to have our routine back, and I assume my husband's excited to have them back at school too. Probably not as invested in it as the four of us are, just because he's at work for so much of the time during the summer. Anyways, we're going to Target for back to school clothes, and the nearest Target is like 40 minutes away, so that will be our little family adventure. And then today's grocery shopping day, and I still haven't meal planned, so I need to do that boring adult stuff plus laundry. Ugh. And unfortunately, Cute Mutants, well, not unfortunately for this, but Cute Mutants is indie pubbed, and so there is not an audiobook for Cute Mutants, so it's a read with my eyeballs only book, which is too bad. I would love an audiobook for that series. But I'll probably start the audiobook for Queen in Hiding, since my one true love, Imogen Church, narrates it. And that will be a good time. All right, I guess I better stop rambling and get to all my things that I have to do. But yeah, I'll take you all along with us when we go to Target. Not that I'll be buying anything for me, but you never know. Hi, friends. Well, we're home. Did I say I was going to get B-roll? I hope I didn't, because even though I've been a mom of 3 for almost 8 years, sometimes I forget logistically what is involved in being a mom of 3 kids. So, yeah, it was a little busy, but everyone found clothes they really liked. We all have, well, the kids all have outfits they're really excited to wear for the first day of school, so that's great. Just want everyone to be happy. School starts in 8 days, which is amazing. And then we got home, and my husband very sweetly caffeinated me on the way home. But I've had lunch, and I'm doing some chores. I'm going to go to the gym later and do just a little bit of cardio, like a steady state cardio, because I've been lifting pretty heavy this week, so I don't want to like stress out my muscles. But I do want to move my body a little bit before I go to the grocery store. But in all of that, I did start A Queen in Hiding. I'm intrigued so far. I'm in the prologue because on the back it says, Orphan, Exiled, and Hunted, Cerelia, Princella of Warrendale. So, and the part I'm at, Cerelia is 11, and her mother is still alive. So I'm sure I'm in the part where we're gonna find out how her mother dies. So that'll be fun. And you know, I've been thinking about the Veronica Speedwell book, and I think I'm going to drop my reading a little bit, because the more I think about it, the more the resolution to the murder and to the mystery is really bothering me, and I don't like it. I don't like how that all got resolved, which is too bad, because I really like the character stuff, but I feel like I dislike the mystery aspect of these books with each volume. I just dislike it more and more. I don't even remember the mysteries either. I mean, I'm looking at my stack right now. Like, obviously I remember the murder or the mystery from book 1, because I've reread A Curious Beginning multiple times, but I haven't reread the rest of the series. And a couple of them stand out, but I don't know. I'm just not digging the mystery aspect very much, and haven't for a while. So I think I'm gonna drop my rating a little bit. Not a lot. I think it'll still be like a 4. But yeah, I was even talking to my husband about it, and he kind of made a face when I told him how the murder resolved, because I can tell him spoilers because he's not going to read it. But yeah, I'm just not. I don't know. I wanted a better ending for the characters who were involved in the mystery, who aren't Veronica and Stoker, because obviously I like how their character stuff wrapped up, but I don't like how that mystery resolved. Anyways, so working on this, I am gonna watch some YouTube while I drink my coffee, because a couple people I follow have new videos out. And then once I've digested my lunch, I'll go to the gym. Also, there was no, the other reason I didn't do any footage in Target other than banana pants with 3 children, there's not a lot of fall things out yet. It's still very much back to school stuff. But it looked like they were starting to clear out the back to school stuff, so hopefully the fall stuff will be out soon, and maybe that's something I can do next week when the kids are at school and I'm not at work, is I could go to Target. That would be fun. I don't know if it shows up on the camera, but the air quality, this is not great. So, God, this stresses me out so much. All right, friends, I finished my workout. I have to go grocery shopping. Oh, this smoke situation is really stressing me out. So I am actually going to switch, and I'm going to start the audiobook for Network Effect while I'm grocery shopping, because even if it doesn't calm me down, it'll help me feel better. I haven't checked to see what the air quality index is right now, but my throat is not happy. I was trying really hard not to cough while I was at the gym. I didn't do anything heavy. I didn't do a lot of cardio. I didn't do anything where my lungs were really having to work hard. So it was pretty low key, which was good. Yeah, I hope this doesn't stick around for very many more days. What I really wish is that I wish it would rain. Because I was telling my sister last time I saw her that how I think I have seasonal depression this summer, and she said, well, do you have seasonal depression or are you actually depressed? And I said that I really just believe that a rainstorm would solve all my problems. And this continues to be true every single day that I wake up during the summer. Is I think if it would just rain, I would be a new person. There's no rain in our forecast anytime soon. So it is supposed to be a little bit cooler this week though. So hopefully it will be cooler, it won't be as windy, and this wildfire situation will get under control. Also, if you live in California, gosh, I hope you're safe and okay, because I wasn't watching the news, but I was watching the news via the screen of the person on the cardio machine in front of me, and it does not look good. So thank you to all of you that are in California right now. I'm gonna go to the gym. No, I just went to the gym. I'm gonna go grocery store so I can go home and get out of this yucky wet air. Hello, friends. Well, it is Sunday evening, so I'm going to go ahead and close out this vlog. It was a good weekend reading-wise. I finished 2 books. I finished Ninth Reign, and I finished Sinister Revenge. I'm currently reading 3. Starting Murderbot was such a good choice. I'm already like 74 pages in. Just having the best time. Love it so much. I made very little progress on Cute Mutants, but I'm going to keep plugging away at it. And I think I just need to get to like that unputdownable portion, which it's taking me a little bit longer, but they are in, like, the situation everyone is in is very different than what it was in book 1, and it has been over a year since I read book 1, so that's fine. I'll get back into it. It'll be fine. This one is the one where I'm not so sure. Even though I love Imogen Church and she's doing such a good job narrating it, I am not super invested in the story yet, but I think it's like, I'm only 34 pages. This is definitely the least pressing out of the 3 that I'm reading. So I'm going to try to finish out tonight reading Cute Mutants, but honestly, it'll probably just be more Murderbot. Heart just, it wants what it wants. I don't know what to tell you. And honestly, who knows how much reading I'll actually get done, because my husband and I are probably going to watch another episode of Good Omens because I am super digging it. It was kind of funny. Last night, we were talking about it, and I mentioned how much chemistry David Tennant and Michael Sheen have together, and I was saying that it's more chemistry than you see it with a lot of actors who are supposed to be romantic leads. And my husband said, well, they definitely have more chemistry than the actors playing Alex and Henry in Red, White, and Royal Blue. And he's not wrong. So with that hot take, I'm gonna go. And if you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for spending your time with me. I really appreciate it. And if you want to leave a comment but you don't have anything to say, let's do a robot emoji, and I will talk to y'all in the next one. Bye!